I was discussing some aspect of history with Father Ober one time, and he very modestly said, "I know everything." And then he explained to me why that's true. Apparently, he had a domineering aunt when he was about 6 or 7 years old who just scared him to death. And one day she showed up at his house with a multi-volume set of histories of the world. And she said, "Learn this." And he did, because he was scared. So you might think what made Father Ober such a great scholar was his love of history or his appreciation of deep research, but it was really nothing more than simple, abject fear.
I had Father Ober for both world history as a freshman and AP European history as a junior. I suppose what I remember most about it is his remarkable enthusiasm for teaching. He bowled you over. He asked so much of you, and yet you were constantly willing to do whatever he asked because you could tell that he both loved the material and really loved the students. He was always there, just remarkably enthusiastic.
He teaches in English, he thinks in German, and he says the Mass in Italian. And I don't think anyone can meet another person, at least most people will never meet a person that can do 3 languages in a matter of seconds.
He's always having you do something, and you're always learning something very interesting, and he's keeping you engaged, and he's also so humorous. His humor is tough to, turn away. He just really engages students and grasps your interest so well.
So yeah, he has a clever name for pretty much everything that we've done in that class.
We had an ambush, there's barbecues, apotheosis, jamborees, jumborees.
It's a jolly multiple choice, even though they're not jolly. We have an ambush, a typhoon, a hurricane, a harpoon.
And I'm sure you've heard about the barbecues, the jamborees, the typhoons. Oh wow. Back when I had him as a student in world history and European history, we always had projects. So there was the Cathedrals Project and the Treaties Project. What are some of the other names that he used for his assignments?
A merry attack, a merry siege, and then we just have reading events and quizzes.
Well, I learned early on that as much as I would like to be Father Ober, I could never be him, so I had to just steal some of the things he did.
What I learned from him early on is that I could not be him. And that's for a man who has as big an ego as I do, it was kind of a challenge to accept the fact that I could never be Father Ober. But that's kind of liberating because he's absolutely insane amount of work he does. He can grade 100 essays in 2 days. It takes me 100 days to grade 2 essays. So he's a dynamic. Honestly, probably the best thing he taught me was to care about my students. If they know you care about them, they will do anything you ask of them, and that was probably the number one thing he taught me.
I've been asked what I've learned from Father Ober. Well, I've learned how to mix humor with great teaching. I've learned how preparation can be almost everything in constructing a great class. But I think the best thing I learned was if you want to be thought of as even a halfway decent teacher, don't teach in the same department with Father Ober. Nobody will notice you.
In class, while we were always on task learning something new, he did it in a really fun way, and I'm pretty sure maybe about 50% of the world history facts that I learned were made up by Father Ober. That was okay, because the other 50% there was so much of it that we were still learning a ton. But it was okay to have fun in class too, and to make things fun for the guys.
It's helped me to just keep with it, to not get frustrated necessarily on a certain project or anything if I can't figure it out, but I'm just going to move on, and we're going to learn the information, and all is going to be well, as he says.
I'll miss my mentor. He's the man who got me into teaching. He's the man who I model myself after him, and losing that is going to be it's going to be a sad day. But he's got to move on and do his thing, and he's inspired enough, I suppose. Now he's got to move on and inspire other people. But I'll miss my friend.
So is Father Ober the greatest teacher around? I don't know, but I do know this. I'd hate to have the job of trying to find someone better.
I'm still holding out hope that he'll be back. He's been gone. He's gone away and come back so many times from school that I think maybe there's still a chance that could happen again. especially hopeful since my son will be coming here to St. Ignatius in 3 years, and if he could have Father Ober once before he finishes his St. Ignatius education, I sure would be happy about that. So Father, think about it.